Weather.
Another cold day for us today. January weather in March, and our January weather in January was more typical for what we should be expecting through the month of March. 53 degrees is our average high for this time of year. I think we'll get closer to that as we make our way toward the weekend, but it will take all week to get there. And will it stay there? That always is the big question. Records these days coming closer to 70 degrees, so there will be warmth eventually. And when we say that temperatures are expected to stay colder than average, you also have to realize that our averages are warming as well. So colder than an average of 60 degrees is still in the 50s is what I'm getting at. So there is a light at the end of the tunnel if you're hoping for warmer weather. There's a light at the end of the week if you're hoping for temperatures closer to average for this time of year. Again, with a southwest flow toward the end of the week, it'll pump in some milder air for us. Southwest flow aloft. We'll get those details coming up in just a second. Back to the here and now, starting to see those scattered showers dissipate as we're looping through the imagery from the last 3 hours. You can see that it was a lot more active earlier this afternoon, but we're getting in on some clearer skies right now. There will be some slick travel conditions, much like what we saw last night. I don't think as significant as last night, but do keep it in mind. This winter weather, winter precipitation can typically mean some slick areas on our roads and sidewalks. Weather timeline through the overnight hours, it certainly gets cold enough into the low 20s starting tomorrow. And then through the day tomorrow, much like what we experienced today, there will be times of sunshine, but there will also be times of graupel showers, some times of snow showers moving through up into our mountains. That's especially true. A cold start in Stanley at 13 below zero, single digits in our west central mountains with highs near 30 degrees. And we're looking for the low 40s for the Treasure Valley, more than 10 degrees below seasonal averages for this time of year. Now, this area of low pressure hangs around, keeps the energy around. It keeps spokes of moisture moving through our region, but it's Friday that we're watching really closely. And I think as this atmospheric river sets up for the west coast and that moisture moves in for us out of the southwest, it's initially cold enough to get a good wallop of snow. I'm thinking we could get a couple few inches out of this here in the valley. Now, that would be a really early estimate. We're keeping a very close eye on it, and eventually it changes over to rain. March snow can't survive, rains on top of it, cooks it away. So maybe no shoveling, but it may be really messy into Friday morning, and expect that we'll have some very gusty wind as well. So Friday is my high impact weather day. I've issued that first alert weather banner here for Friday because we're keeping a close eye on that timeline, and also a reminder for us to spring forward this weekend. Lose an hour of sleep, but at least it's a sign of spring. Magic Valley forecast looking very similar again, with temperatures around 10 to 15 degrees below seasonal averages, and a high impact weather day expected on Friday. This could be a really good wallop of snow for our mountain locations. Once again, great news for the snowpack, which doesn't actually see its peak until April 1st. So we still have a ways to go where we're piling on that snow in our mountain locations, and the snowpack's looking really good so far.
Oh, we love to hear that. We need it.
We need the snowpack.
We
no
need
doubt
it.
about it.
Well,